Hello, everybody. What's going on? Hey, hey, hey. How you doing today? Whoop, whoop, whoop. What up? What up? What up, everybody? Yeah, we about to talk about automated money. Who want to talk about automated money? Okay. Everybody talk about get to the bag. But how do you get to the bag? Automated money, automated money. I need to start doing a dance. Automated money, automated money. Uh Let me stop. I'm too lit. I'm too lit. What y'all doing on this beautiful Saturday? Okay. What are y'all doing on this beautiful Saturday? Okay. So, we are about to have a really good time and I'm excited. So, hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. We are talking to people all over the world. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for buying a badge. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. And so I wanted to talk about automated money. And I know, right? Automated money, automated money, automated. What is like? I believe automated. Like I believe gifts can have sounds now. That would be dope, right? I should do that. But to all of our subscribers, our IG subscribers, just put IG in the chat if you are subscribed to me on Instagram. Okay, put IG in the chat if you are subscribed to me on chat. Why? Because I just showed them how I just generated $1,325 in a few short hours. So I just like that content is available right now. I just went live. I just told them straight up what the score was. So I just showed, it was like, I don't know, 5-10 minute live stream. I was like, look, this is what I did. I did this, and this. And this how I made $1,325 today. Real quick, real fast. So if you all are not subscribed to me on Instagram, what are you doing? But let me tell you where the real bag gonna be at, right? Can we talk about where the real bag is going to be at? Let's be clear, y'all. You know, the Instagram subscription is cool. It's cute. But where the real bag is going to be is in our new UnCloned Launch Circle. Okay. We got a new membership coming down the pipeline. You want to be a part of this. Let me tell you why you want to be a part of this. And then we're going to get into the automated money. I want to tell you why you want to be a part of this. The reason you want to be a part of this, okay? The reason you want to be a part of this, we're talking about beyond the IG. I'm not even going to be pubbing IG. If y'all want to be a part of that, cool. Y'all know how I get down when it comes to content. But if you want to get the real skull, yeah, I'm saying skull. Okay, I know it's score. But if you want to get the real skull, then y'all need to be subscribed to the UnCloned Launch Circle. It has not launched. If you were a previous member or a formal member of the UnCloned Marketing membership, this new membership ain't got nothing on the UnCloned Marketing membership, okay? It ain't got a diddly squat on the UnCloned Launch Circle, okay? Because the UnCloned Launch Circle is all about launching, okay? We're going to teach you over 17 ways to launch. Month by month, you're going to get a new launch strategy. In addition to that, okay, this is where I lost my mind. Okay, this is where I lost my mind. This is when my husband was like, pump the brakes, bro. Pump the brakes. Okay, this is where he was like, pump the brakes, bro. You're doing too much. When you become a member of the UnCloned Launch Circle, okay, now if you already got the launch system, then you already know what this is about. If you already own the launch system, I'm not talking to you right now. But if you've been thinking about how do I get my hands on the launch system, guess what? When you join the UnCloned Launch Circle, you get the UnCloned Launch System free. I know. I lost my mind. I know. I done lost my mind. Yes, you heard me correctly. When you join the UnCloned Launch Circle, you get the UnCloned Launch System free, which happens to come with our handy dandy UnCloned Launch Planner. Okay, over 400 pages of magic. And let me say this: if you thinking, oh man, this UnCloned Launch Circle is about to be super expensive. What if I told you you can get started for less than $200 a month Less than $200 a month. Would that make you get excited? Like, oh snap, son, I'm gonna learn how to master launching. I'm gonna get the skills I need to launch, and I'm gonna get the launch system. I know. No, I'm not high. No, I'm not smoking blunts. I just want you to know that this is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing offer. So if you want to be on the wait list to get the founders members rate, okay, which is going to be lower than the normal rate when we go, after our founding member lunch, then I want you to head over to unclonedlaunchcircle.com, okay, and get on the wait list. Let me make sure that's live before y'all go. Yes, you can head over to unclonedlaunchcircle.com and get on the wait list. All right. So if you like, hey, I want to make sure I don't miss out on this amazing, founder members rate, then head over there. All right. So let's talk about automated money. And the reason I wanted to talk about this was, one, we have this new membership coming up, and I was thinking about what can I teach people that would be different, right? Where there's not a lot of content. There's not a lot of quote unquote gurus. There's not a lot of people talking about automated money, right? Everybody's talking about live money, something where you got to actually show up and give your time. But how cool would it be if you could set up something one time and get paid for it over and over and over and over and over? And no, I'm not talking about like books and things like that. I'm talking about some interactive event where you set it up one time and it generates money for you over and over and over. How many of y'all would actually like that? Like, that sounds pretty cool. Just put me in the chat. Like, oh man, you telling me I could set something up one time, and it's going to make money for me over and over and over and over and over and over. This is the ultimate leverage. This is like, very cool. I'm tired, child. I know, right? Like, this is what I'm talking about. And the reason that, and this is the part where I'm about to go a little deep. I'm about to go down memory lane. I'm about to go down history lane, if you will. The reason that we, as a people, aren't thinking about automated money is because we weren't taught to automate anything, right? We've always been told to work hard. Yes or no? Just put yes in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. We have been told since ancient history that we have to work hard to get something, right? And typically, if you have adopted that thought process, or if you believe that thought process, you probably is working 1,000 times harder than you need to, which moves me to the word that I've been really focused on a lot. It's a word that I've been like super focused on. I've been like thinking about this word, and I've been thinking about this word a lot, and I've been like getting immersed with this word. Let me tell you what the word is. Okay, let me tell you what the word is. The word is leverage. Okay? The word is leverage. All right? And so when we talk about leverage, this is where you're going to have to start to create a relationship with the things that probably sound a little too techie. Like, oh, you mean funnels? Yes, I'm talking about funnels. You talking about automated webinars? Yes, I'm talking about automated webinars. You talking about publishing? Yep, I'm talking about publishing. These are all the things that you could begin to set up where you can have leverage, where you set it up one time and you make money over and over and over. Now, I loved your Black Friday webinar. Thank you. That was automated, right? You picked the date and time. How many of you all have went through my Black Friday free workshop? If you like, oh, you got a free Black Friday workshop? Yep, y'all been sleeping on me. It's cool. It's cool. Y'all can keep sleeping. But my bank account ain't sleeping, okay? So let me tell you something. Head over to UnCloned Black Friday, okay, to get in and actually watch that training. It's less than 30 minutes, and I give you some really cool ways to unclone your Black Friday, all right? Now, doing that webinar, how many of you all seen the offer? I'm not going to tell you the offer if you hear. If you want to see what it is, if you want to see how it's set up, then you need to go to unclonedblackfriday.com. But how many of you all are like, how much money did you make from that? I'm curious. How many of you all like, sis, can you tell me, give me the details. How much, can you tell me how much money you made from that? I'm just curious. How many of y'all want to know? Let me go get the numbers. If you want to know, just put me in the chat. Because if you don't want to know, then I ain't going to waste y'all time. And then I'm going to keep it moving. And then I'm going to go and live my best life. And then I'm going to, I'm trying to have an elevated conversation. So if y'all ain't about that life, then I'm just going to keep it moving. And I can just go on with my life and all the things. Let's talk about it. It has made $5,000. Okay. It has made $5,000. So, let me tell you the beauty in this. It has not been up long. Okay? It has not been up long. Okay? Now, this is what I'm giving y'all some game. I'll give y'all some game right now. Look, y'all gonna have to join the circle, join the UnCloned Learn Circle. We're gonna get into it. But I want to give you a few things about this that I was able to debunk, right? So let me say this. How many of you all know that, like, I'm really good at presenting. I'm really good at doing content and all of the things. But I wanted to do something, and I'm not advocating for half-assness. But what I am going to say is that I did something that was half-assed. It wasn't my best. You heard Calvin in the background. Join the circle. Yes, that's Calvin. That's my husband. Calvin ain't playing with me this year. He like, sis, bro, what are you doing? You be giving the people way too much, bro. Like, they got to tap in if they want the juice. And I understand. Okay. I understand. Calvin, like, look, bro, you doing too much. Okay. Like, look, Calvin, like, look, sis, you doing too much, bro. So I said, okay, cool. This is what I'm gonna do. I did the opposite of what the gurus teach. Y'all want to know what those things were? Because the reason I want to talk about this is because I believe if I tell you these things, you can release all of this pressure of thinking that you got to be perfect, right? You can release all of this pressure of like, okay, well, I thought that, I had to do this and this and this. I'm going to tell you something. When I tell you this was a whack webinar, some of y'all like, oh, it was great. It was great. It's so many things that I left out on purpose just to get it to market. Put get it to market in the chat. Some of you all are like, I don't know if my first attempt would be good. I don't know. I got to make sure it's perfect. How many perfect people we got in the chat? Just put perfect. If you perfect, it's all good. I get it. But one of the things that I wanted to do, I wanted to test out this concept. I wanted to say, okay, let me do a whack webinar. Let me do an I webinar. On a scale of 10, let me do a 5 webinar. Let me get it to market and see what it do, right? Let me get it to market and see what it's going to do. That doesn't mean it wasn't decent. It was decent. If y'all watched it, it was pretty good, right? It's pretty good. I can tell you right now 20 things I could have done to improve it. But I ain't finna go there because that would have been the perfectionist in me. Do y'all get where I'm going with it? Because if y'all ain't getting it, I'm just finna go on, end it, and go hang out with my husband, catch up on these TV shows, right? And get ready for the mastermind open house tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. I need to know if y'all here with me, right? Because, like, I've already know all of these things where I could be like, I could have did this. I could have had an intro like this. I could have created a graphic like this. I could have swooped in to the side. I could have had an offer here, and there, no, all overwhere. Like, literally, I intentionally created an I webinar, right? And because it was an I webinar, I wanted to see, would it work? Would it work? So I brought it to market, okay? And this is the results. We made $5,000 with this webinar. But I want to tell you a few things about this webinar that makes it very interesting. Number one, how many of you all watched the webinar and was like, dang, this is short. This is short. Oh my God, this is short. Like, I was in and out and boom. This webinar, I quote, I'm going to tell you the exact minute down to the second because I'm heading over to Vimeo. I'm going to tell you exactly how long this video was. Okay. This video was, Y'all, this gonna blow y'all damn socks off. You're gonna be like, what? Especially if you haven't watched a training. Okay. Now, if you missed a training, you can go back and re-register to watch it. You can head over to unclonedblackfriday.com and watch the training. Before I take it down, because I am gonna take it down, this training intentionally was 25 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay? 25 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay? Let me tell you something. Did y'all hear what I said? 25 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay? 25 minutes and 18 seconds. Made $5,000. Okay? Now, this is another thing. How many of y'all do webinars? Just put me in the chat if you do webinars. We already know webinars have a very low show up rate, right? Let me tell you. I'm not going to go into how to automate a webinar. I'm talking about why you need to have an automated webinar. If you want to learn how to do an automated webinar, then I highly recommend you join the UnCloned Launch Circle, right? We're about to open up. And so if you all want to get on the wait list and lock in the lowest rate ever, you can head over to unclonedlaunchcircle.com and get on the wait list. All right. So if you do automated webinars, or if you do webinars, you know, sometimes show up rates can be very low, right? The industry is like, hey, if I can get, 30% show up rate, maybe 40% show up rate, I would be so excited. Y'all want to know what the show up rate is for this webinar? Let me tell you what the show up rate is for this webinar. Okay. A lot of it has to do with this platform that I'm using now. This show up rate for our webinar is 62%. What? 62%. This is unheard of. Okay. This is unheard of. Most webinars do not have a 62% show up rate. This is automated, y'all. This is not a live thing. We're talking about automated. I ain't there. I'm watching TV with my husband. We talking about that kind of automated. So if this webinar has a 62% show up rate, that is crazy to me. That's crazy. How many of you all would love to have a show up rate like that, where 62% of the people who signed up actually show up, right? And so the beauty in this, which I think is so cool, is that I'm thinking to myself, what if I would have changed? What if I would have did all the webinar thingies? What if I would have optimized it to the max? We're talking about a $20, $30, $40, $50,000 asset. Yes, I said asset. I didn't say webinar. Because one thing about your automated webinar is that when you create it and you set it up and you get it optimized and it keeps running, it works like gangbusters. Believe it or not, we used to use automated webinars to enroll people into the UnCloned marketing membership when we had it, right? We used to literally, we recorded like this well-produced video. It was about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. And it was all about the UnCloned marketing membership, why you should join, blah, 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 blah. And it was completely automated. And we would enroll and get new members into our membership automated, right? And so the thing about this is, if you can understand that, like, okay, this word that we talked about earlier, which is leverage, I want you to start thinking through, how can I leverage myself? And so I want to give you a few ways to create leverage for yourself if you don't already have these things, okay? And I'm mainly talking about paid products or some type of marketing strategy that gives you the most leverage. And I got another strategy that we doing. I'm not going to tell y'all about that strategy, but we got another strategy that just y'all, it's kicking ass and taking names. I'll just say that. So I want to give you a few things that you can create that creates leverage. The first way that I ever created leverage was creating a course. Okay. And I'm going to write this down. I'm going to follow along with y'all because I'm saying this off the head. I don't have any notes. I'm just going to write this down as I go along with you all. Right. So the first thing you could do to create leverage is to create a course. How many of y'all have a course? If you have a course, you already got leverage. Right. Okay. If you already have a course, right, you already got some form of leverage, meaning somebody can learn from you without you being there, right? That's the first form of leverage, having a course. The second form of leverage is digital products. Okay. The second form of leverage is digital products. So if you like, hey, I want to be able to sell checklists, and I want to be able to sell, workshops, little mini workshops, anything that's digital. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can make digital work, digital things. So like, Canva templates, things like that, any type of digital product, right? And so we're talking about digital products. That's number 2. So that's one way you can leverage yourself. The third way you can leverage yourself is by, instead of doing one-on-one work, is to do group work, right? Anything where you put a group of people together, whether it's live or automated, that's a form of leverage, right? So group coaching, right? Any type of group thing, that's a form of leverage. The next level of leverage is for you not to even do it. Now we're getting into like people who are certified in your process, who are trained in what you do, where you don't have to do that. So let me give you an example. Up until this point, I've been pretty much the primary teacher, the primary coach, the primary teacher, the primary leader, the primary, right? Whenever we do anything, I'm the teacher, I'm the face, I'm the one that's creating content, right? And so I decided one day, hey, I actually want to create, I need another me, and not necessarily another me, but I need someone in our organization that knows our content like the back of their hand. And this person has to be trusted from my clients and customers. Are y'all following? Just put following in the chat, right? If you following. All right. So with that being said, I said, okay, well, in order for me to do that, I need to create like a certification program or some type of certification program where I can train someone on what I do, and then they can become not necessarily a duplicated version of me, but they can become a duplicate of my system. They can become a duplicate of my process, right? And so I ended up creating a certification program. We haven't rolled it out yet, but I recently hired our program success manager. I hired her in May. Okay. I hired her in May. I trained her for a month, and she's been running our Q&A calls. She did all of our Q&A calls in July. She did all of our Q&A calls. Let me tell you why this is a big deal. Probably 80% of my job as a coach is showing up for calls, Q&A calls, coaching calls, strategy calls on calls. Okay. And so, she began to take over. She started doing our calls in July. She started doing our calls in August. She did our calls in September, and she did a few of our calls here in October. Why is this important? Up until having her, I didn't have a leverage replacement for live things, right? My clients want to know, whoever I hire, do I trust them, right? So if I'm bringing somebody in and I'm charging my clients all this money, they want to know the person they learning from actually got some experience. So not only did she have to become a coach around my signature process and frameworks and things like that, but she also had to have experience. She has experience with publishing. She's published 3 books, just like I've published 3 books, 4 books and some planners. She also has experience with running her own coaching program. She also has experience with coaching people one-on-one and in a group setting. So all of that was perks. Then all I had to do was have her learn my frameworks and my process, which moves me to number 5, right? Which moves me to number 5. I could have never created that level of leverage had I not have anything published. All right. So let me give you an example. She's able to, and I'll pull this up. All right. She's able to read my books and have a head start. Why? Because I wrote a book one time, gave it to her. Here you go. She read it. And now she know the content, and she can help my clients, advise them through the process. All right. So I published a book. I have 3 books. I don't know what the other 2 are right now. Then I published a suite of planners that go with our other system. So we got the launch system. Okay. We got the launch system. We have we got the offer system that we sell. Okay. So now she know how to help our clients create offers. She now know how to help our clients with their launch. She now know how to help our clients pitch using our opportunity hour framework. She know how to help our clients create content using our content planning system. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I had to create the system first. See, McDonald's cannot franchise without a system. McDonald's cannot teach someone else how to be the next McDonald's without a framework, without a system, without a process, right? So you cannot have leverage if you don't have a way to scale what you teach or scale what you do. Are y'all following me? It took me years to publish these things. It took me a year to publish this book. It took me 90 days to publish Are You Ready for the Yes? Took me another 90 days to publish UnCloned Life. It took me a year to make all of these planners. But now it's jumping off season. Now I got hella leverage. I got courses. I got digital products. I got group programs. We rolling out a certification program. We got publishing on deck. We got all of these ways to be leveraged, right? And then moves me to number 6, automated events. Automated events. So typically if you want to give someone an event or a workshop or something like that, you pick a date, you got to be there, boom, right? And the cool thing about this, when I say automated events, I'm talking about like automated webinars. I'm talking about, I'm utilizing a platform now that allow you to do automated challenges. So when we talk about creating leverage, right? I'm not saying that like everything needs to be robotic. What I'm saying is, if you are chained to your desk, if you're chained to your job, or if you're chained to anything where the only way to make money is an exchange of time, you have to figure out how to create leverage in your life. The only way you can scale anything, this is why people get into software development. This is why people get into publishing. You cannot multiply yourself if you don't duplicate yourself. And the only way to duplicate yourself is to take what's in your brain and turn it into a physical or digital asset that can be scaled to the masses. Are y'all following? Just put yes in the chat if y'all following. So we went over a few ways. So we said courses is a way to create leverage. We said digital products is a way to create leverage. We said group events, anything that's group is a way to create leverage. We talked about certifications and licensing as a way to create leverage. We talked about publishing as a way to create leverage. And we talked about automated events. For some of you all, you would be happy just to have one. Let me know in the chat of all the ones that we just said, over all the 6 ones. I'm quite sure I got more in my head. I'm just going off just this, right? Right? But how many of these do y'all have? Put in the chat. Do you have one of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, all of these? Let me know. I'm going to go over the list one more time. Do you have a course? Yes or no? Do you have digital products? Yes or no? Do you have any leveraged group things? Yes or no? Do you have any certification programs? Yes or no? Do you have any publishing? Yes or no? Do you have any automated events going right now as we speak? Yes or no? Right? How many do you have? How many of you all would like to have all of them? I want all of them. Join my mastermind. I got you. Right? These are the type of things that I teach in my mastermind. These are some of the things that we're going to be teaching in the UnCloned Launch Circle. And so the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I'm sick. I know I love teaching marketing. That's my thing. I love teaching marketing. I love teaching launching. I love teaching all of that stuff. But the thing that has started to take precedence over marketing and launching is leverage. I'm tired of, and I know that I have a very diverse audience, But right now, in this very moment, I'm primarily talking to Black people, Black African American people. That's who I'm speaking to at this very moment. Y'all, we need leverage. We need leverage. If you glued to a chair, if you glued to a 9 to 5, if you glued to anything, and there's nothing that can generate revenue without you, you need leverage. That's the only way we gonna change the game, y'all. We can't change the game. You know, if you are the best coach in the world, right? You're the best coach in the world. And the only way to get access to your coaching is that I gotta go to your calendar and I gotta pick a time and I gotta pick a date. How are you changing the world? Right? My client, she's an amazing therapist, right? But she created a suite of card decks to help people in different categories. She has a card deck for women. She has a card deck for teens. She has a card deck for men. And she's working on her 4th card deck for couples. Then I have another client who's also an amazing therapist. She has a product that she's about to release called Simply Lovable. It's really a whole system. I don't even have the rest of the products, but she has like a workbook, planner, and a card deck all about teaching people how to love themselves. So you don't even gotta be a part of her practice to be able to have access to her. People who say, hey, Audrey, you charge a lot of money for coaching. Well, are you watching my free stuff? Right? Are you watching my free videos? Are you coming to my live streams? Are you in our free Facebook group? Right? I got stuff to sell, but I also have things that's free. And if you want customization and you want attention and you want personalized coaching, then this is where you need to be a part of other things that we sell, right? So if people be like, oh girl, I can't be a part of this cool thing. Cool, you got $20. Leverage. Because if the only way I can help you is to get on a live call with you or to host an event, and that's the only 2 ways I can help you, you are not creating the best leverage for people. Do you know how many people have said to me, oh my God, thank you for not doing that Black Friday training live. Girl, I worked late throughout the day and nighttime is the only time I have. Or the opposite, I work at nights, I'm never available during the day. The replays have value. Everybody can't show up in real time for the thing that you have. We're seeing a shift in how people like to consume content. We used to think that like the only way people will consume my content is it got to be live. No, it got to be leveraged because it's a perk to your customers. It's a perk to your clients. If you hosting something at 12 that don't have a replay, then those who want to take advantage can't even take advantage if they have to work, if they have to homeschool, or whatever the case may be. Maybe they do childcare. They have to do, their caregiver, whatever the case may be. If you're not creating opportunities to serve people where they are based on their availability, you're not maximizing the potential that you can have with your customers and clients. Are y'all following? Just put yes in the chat. Okay. So hopefully this is giving y'all some clarity on automated revenue and how you should prioritize this as a part of your business plan. All right. So at the time of this recording, as we're recording this, we are going to be hosting a free, not free, what I'm talking about. It's a paid. I don't know why I said free. Maybe because I give away too many things for free. That's probably the issue. But we're hosting a paid workshop on October the 30th, 2022, all about annual planning. So if you all want to come to that, you can go to 2023annualplan.com. That's 2023annualplan.com. If you like, hey, I want to be a part of this launch circle thing you're talking about so I can learn how to launch live and how to learn how to launch automated, then you can head over to unclonedlaunchcircle.com and get on the wait list. That's UnCloned Launch Circle, LAUNCH, circle.com to get on the wait list to be the first to know about when that membership is opening. We are opening very, very soon. And so if you want to be the first to be notified, you can head over there. Otherwise, it has been a pleasure to serve you all. And yeah, I'll see you around. And thank you all so much for watching, for tuning in, for spending time with me here today. And yeah, thank you all. Peace out.